I hate to be the bad news bearer, and I don't want to complicate things, but if we're talking here about a lossless Ethernet fabric, lossless, which means zero packet loss, and you've already tried some kind of congestion management mechanism such as ECN that is going to slow down your traffic flow in case of congestion, and that did not work. If it did not work, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do if ECN did not give you what you want and the packets are still susceptible to dropping? Are you going to do something about it? Well, yeah, this is where we're going to introduce PFC. Priority Flow Control. What does it do? Well, again, this is a congestion management mechanism just like its friend ECN, but it actually prevents packet from getting lost during congestion by pausing them. That's the difference between PFC and ECN. ECN is going to mark and slow them down, but PFC is going to pause the flow of specific traffic by using specific threshold. Okay, well, we have thresholds. Yes, you do have a couple of thresholds here as well, and they're actually the on or the off threshold. The off threshold is set higher in the buffer, triggering a PFC frame to be sent to the traffic source then when reached. As the buffer, empties and falls below the on threshold, pause frames are being stopped, indicating that congestion is no longer there, and you can start sending with the normal rate. Again, let's see this in a live example. So let's just imagine again that host A was talking to host X, and for some reason, congestion started happening, and who experienced that first? It was leaf number 3. Its buffer started filling up beyond the off threshold. So what is it going to do? It's going to start sending that PFC frame back to the previous hop. Hey, slow down a little bit. I'm actually experiencing some kind of congestion. So it's not just slow down, pause. Okay, so let's assume also that spine number 1 started experiencing the same thing. It's going to start sending PFC frames back to its other neighbors, leaf number 1 and leaf number 2, which is again, hey guys, I'm experiencing problems. My buffer is full now, so pause. Don't send anything. Then again, the 2 switches, leaf 1 and leaf 2, they also started experiencing the same stuff. Okay, back to the hosts, back to host A and host B. PFC frames, please pause. Please wait for us. Don't just send because we are reaching crossing that off threshold. And when everyone is happy and their buffer is again good and the PFC frames are not being sent anymore, this is where the hosts are going to start sending again with the normal rate. So can we combine ECN and PFC together? And since I asked, well, the answer is going to be yes, of course. They can work together. The collaborative process between ECN and PFC, where they manage congestion side by side. This is actually called DCQ-CN. Oh, what's that? Data Center Quantized Congestion Notification, developed for Rocky Network. Just so you know, DCQ-CN is a congestion control algorithm specifically designed for high-performance, low-latency data center networks. W-rate minimum threshold and maximum threshold are set for lower buffer utilization to mitigate congestion first. Then on top of that, PFC's threshold on and off are actually set higher as safety net to mitigate congestion after ECN. So again, the same diagram, host A talks to host X, it keeps on sending, and then, you can see here the ECN bit 10 again, which indicates that ECN is enabled everywhere. It's going to keep sending until it reaches the first switch spine number 1. ECN is also 10, sends to switch number 3. Switch number 3 is experiencing congestion here. It's going to start sending 1 to host X, which is, I'm having congestion. Please be careful. So this is where host X is going to send back to that switch a CNP packet to send it all the way back to host A to notify host A that, somebody's experiencing congestion. Please slow down your sending. Okay, well, host A started slowing down, but actually it's not working. Switch 3 started, experiencing more congestion that it even, filled up the buffer all the way even beyond the off threshold. So it's going to send back, switch 3 is going to send back a PFC packet to spine 1, and then spine 1 is going to have the same problem. Assuming that it fills up its buffer, then it's going to send the PFC back to switch leaf 1 and leaf 2, and then again it's going to fill up, and then they're going to send to host A and host B, screaming at them, please slow down, PFC frames. No, don't slow down, actually pause, completely pause, because now we need to just breathe. So when they pause, they don't send for a period of time, and then when they stop receiving PFC packet, which means that the frames are now, or the buffers are now empty, this is where they start sending again with the normal rate. Of course, you can combine ECN and PFC together. Summary time. Congestion management protocols that are famous in Rocky version 2 networks are ECN and PFC. What do? They actually optimize throughput and reduce latency with packet loss prevention, where PFC specifically would pause specific traffic during congestion using the on and off thresholds to prevent packet loss. DCQCN combines ECN and PFC together to manage congestion efficiently in an AI-enabled data center. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'd like to thank you for watching.